There's always that fine balance between creating a culture which is performance driven, but also prevents burnout, right? And I think in sales, it's even more important. So, what is your take on that?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I have to say this. We tend to confuse prevention with intervention far
Hmm.
too often.
Hmm.
Prevention is about designing the environment in a way that reduces the likelihood of burnout in the
Hmm.
first place.
Hmm.
And then you have intervention, which
Yep.
is what you do after people are already struggling.
Correct.
So the analogy that I always use is prevention is about building and designing the highway so people
Hmm.
don't crash,
Yep.
and an intervention is sending the ambulance after the
Yep.
crash. And these are not interchangeable worlds, but in practice, you see what business and HR leaders invest in is
Yep.
actually intervention, but not really prevention.
Hmm.
So when it comes to high performance and burnout, what works is building and recovery by design. So
Hmm.
we can't wait until people burn out and then ask how they're doing. You design the
True.
pace.
Correct.
And I don't know, this starts by acknowledging, by genuinely internalizing that the fact that performance and well being are not in conflict. You don't choose between
Correct.
them, you build both. So
Correct.
the mindset is, I suppose, what separates short bursts of success from longer term or sustainable performance. So I think to your question, then we have to design recovery into the system. So how
Hmm.
does that look?
Hmm.
Thinking intentionally about
Hmm.
cadence,
Hmm.
how intensity builds
Yep.
and then
Yep.
releases, where reflection happens, how rituals support energy renewal. I think
Right.
those are really very
That's
important.
more on the prevention side, and then you have something on the intervention side as well, so that if and when situations come, you are ready for it.
Exactly, because it comes back to the leader again, because
Hmm.
leaders who role model boundaries, reflection, and
True.
learning,
True.
and not just output, they
Correct.
send strong signals. It's
Correct.
as simple as taking a pause to
Yep.
celebrate the wins, but also reflect together and ask at the end of a sales quarter
Hmm.
and before the next one begins, as simple as what did we learn? What do we want to carry forward? What do we want to leave
Change.
behind?
Yep. Correct.
Exactly. So, with that self reflection and team reflection, you also need visible leadership behaviors around rest, feedback, and psychological
Right. Right.
safety.
Right.
And these aren't just wellness initiatives. I see these as performance
Yeah.
infrastructures.
I think there's a lot of role model setting as well, right? As a leader, you need to lead by example, by taking rest yourself and taking breaks yourself, so that your team knows that it's not wrong to do these things at the end of the day, right? We are striving
Yeah.
for high performance, but we can only strive for high performance once we have the foundations done, which is well-being of ourselves and our team.